So the beginning of this story takes place on September 18th, 2011, my senior year in high school. I was one of the top players in the country. I played running back on offense and linebacker on defense. And on offense, I was scoring touchdowns like it was my job. Or I was sure hoping to get to that point where I was literally scoring touchdowns and getting paid for it, making it to the pros. And of course, our team made it to the state champions, and I also returned kicks as well. It started off rough as I got tackled behind the line multiple times, but of course, you already know I turned it up later in the game, scoring touchdowns and making key stops on defense to help us win the state title. And then came signing day as I got offers from Florida, Alabama, Clemson, Florida State, UCF, and Connecticut. Other than UCF though, I was only going to be third or fourth string. So I decided to go to UCF to play with Blake Bortles and to back up Storm Johnson. So we just got to the UCF Welcome Center where I committed. All right, let's see what we can get done. That is where the magic will be happening. But UCF did not give me as advertised. I ended up being the third string running back, and the only time they used me was to return kicks and as a field goal blocker on special teams. But after begging the coach, he decided to give me the last handoff in the game, and when I saw the end zone, I zoned in and I scored a touchdown. And after that moment, I knew there was no looking back as I had to take over Storm Johnson's spot after he got drafted. And then versus Memphis, I had my breakout game, which kick-started my college career. But what really got me into the limelight was a play versus SMU where I was dodging defenders, throwing monster stiff arms, and breaking tackles. And after that play, I was riding a huge momentum wave, and I rode on it all the way to the end of the season, ranked as one of the top running backs in college, and of course, catching NFL scouts' eyes. But a few things that NFL scouts were questioning were, how would I do versus higher ranked seeds or without such a superior O-line as I had in UCF? And also my size. I am only 5'7", so they were wondering if I'm too small for the NFL. Those questions really affected my draft stock as I was then slated a 6th or 7th round pick. Hello?
Arian Foster tore his groin and needs a surgery. So Bill O'Brien wants to sign you to the 90-man roster after passing a physical.
This is my first preseason game. But soon I realized how tough it is to play at this level as every player on defense can tackle me and is bigger than me. So somehow I need to adjust and play bigger. We lose 35-7 in our first preseason game. In the second, they decided to put me in there as a kick return to see what I can get done. I bounce it out to the outside, and I only get it to the 19. This is not looking good. Handoff, we try to run up the middle, except I get stopped. Hand out to the outside, I get tackled for loss. This is not going well. It also did not help the case that Brian Hoyer could not hit me on my routes. Eventually, I got a good run up the middle, but it got called back for a holding, so it was all for nothing. In the third game, we versed New Orleans Saints, but I was starting to pick up on the level of play, and I was adapting to the speed as I was breaking more tackles and having a few better runs. 2nd and 10, I run up the middle, and I get taken down off a 7-yard gain. Hand off to the outside this time, juke out defender, 4-yard run. 2nd and 5 handoff, running up the middle, and I pump my legs forward for the first down, and we lost 10-13. But I had a much better game, but will that be enough? Okay. Thank you. I did end up getting cut, except the Dallas Cowboys came calling. But I knew this was my final opportunity. I had to work out harder, I had to train better, I have to take advantage of this opportunity. In the final preseason game, and possibly my final chance to make an NFL roster, we are playing the team that originally signed me, the Houston Texans. But I knew this was my last chance. I knew I put in the work after Houston cut me, and the most important, I was hungry. So I made sure I just pumped those feet, and I leaned forward. I have to make the best of every opportunity I can get. Handoff. I take it to the inside. Great blocks set by my offensive lineman. I'm at the 50, the 30, and that is a touchdown as I high step to the end zone, scoring my first NFL touchdown. And on that run, I made a statement. That run may just have locked my roster spot for the Cowboys. However, after that run, I was having trouble finding holes and getting past the monster front five that Houston possesses. We decide to go with the screen this time. Just follow my blocking. Great blocking by my lineman. I try to juke out the defender, except he takes me down. The coach has to be loving this. We go with the halfback draw, we shoot up the center, and I fight for extra yards, picking up the first down. And that was my last carry of the night, as I was only slated to play the first quarter. But I get revenge on Houston for cutting me, and I showed that I have potential. But the real question is that enough to make the roster for the Dallas Cowboys? We are about to find out.
And all the crew, Jim Nance saying so long.
Hello?
Congratulations now. Just to make it official, if you found one of the contracts, I had talked to you. You did a good job.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay.
Bye.